Hello my people and welcome to 48 Detailing. My name is Zaya. If this is your first time on our YouTube channel, make sure to make my Christmas wishes come true and hit that beautiful red subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. But let's go ahead and jump in to the subject matter of today's video, and that is our top 5 New Year's business resolutions of 2022. Let's get it. Now, the business resolutions that we're going to go over today are just a broad spectrum for any business out there, whether you're a service or product-based business in different industries. It doesn't have to be related to detailing specifically, because at the end of the day, guys, business is business, and doing good business and doing good for your customers and your community and your employees is going to make you successful in any industry, whatever business that you're in, right? But mainly we focus on what we do here, which is detailing, selling services and products in the detailing industry. So keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and jump into our number 1 New Year's resolution for 2022, and that is customer experience. It's not like we don't already focus on customer experience like crazy over here at 48 Detailing. It is a massive priority, actually our top 3, because without your customers, you are nothing. We are nothing without our customers and clientele. Okay, so we want to make sure that we make them a priority. So we already go to great lengths to make sure that our customer experience is awesome at this moment in time in the year 2021, but we're going to be doing even better for next year. And that's the whole point of this, guys, is further improving what you can do as a business and as a professional. So let's go ahead and talk about customer experience. It is what keeps your customers coming back and talking about you and referring you more business. And your customer experience does not start when they walk into the door. It starts as soon as they think about your service or the industry that you're in. So you want to make sure that you get your website dialed in, your Google page dialed in, basically the experience for your customer from step 1 all the way to when they complete the service, and even your follow-up experience with them as well. All that stuff is super important, guys. We got some cool things that we're going to be doing for our customers, like care packages for their vehicles after their service has been completed, amazing follow-up services as well, making sure that they have all the education, knowledge, products, and tools to make sure they know how to maintain their investment throughout the life cycle of the vehicle or throughout their ownership. These are all things that we want to think about, because the last thing we want to do is just take a customer's money and then leave them be, you know, and let them to their own devices. We put a lot of time and effort into the work and the results that we achieve on our customers' vehicles, and they put a lot of time and money into getting that car and bringing it to us and making sure that, you know, at the end of the day, the amount of money that they put into these cars, guys, it's amazing how much cars cost nowadays. I mean, Jeep Grand Cherokees are like $70,000, $80,000 cars. You can't even get a Honda Civic under $30K anymore. So we want to make sure that we're just there for our customers at the end of the day when it comes to their experience overall. Solution number 2, while we're on the subject of experience, we're going to be talking about employee experience and retention. This is another super important thing for you as a business. If you don't have employees yet, don't think that you won't in the near future. I was once at a time where I thought I was going to be the only one in my business running it from the ground up and doing my own thing. But less than a year later, we got 3+ employees in our shop location, and we want to make sure that we retain these people, make sure that their experience is awesome here, make sure they have everything they need to succeed. So that is going to be a huge priority for us. Without your employees, your business stops working at the end of the day, guys. They are just as important as your customers. Their goals and your ambitions their ambitions are your goals and ambitions as well. I want to make sure I make it as a priority as a business owner to sit down with all my employees and talk about what they're looking for when it comes to their career. What are they looking for when it comes to their financial ambitions in life? These are all things that you want to make sure that you at least know, so you get a perspective of what your employee wants from you as a business owner. Some employees are just here temporarily, okay? And it is what it is. Work is work for some people, but some other employees are there for a career choice. They want to be there for a very long time, and those are the people you want to make sure that you really focus on and provide what they need to succeed at the end of the day. So providing more to your employees and retaining them also saves you money. I got a military background. My partner John has a military background, and just a little snippet of information. It takes over $40,000, to properly train a soldier and get them going in the military. And the last thing the Army or the Marines want to do is not retain that soldier at the end of the day. So the follow-up and retention process for the United States military is ridiculous. In fact, it's annoying. My contract pretty much ended like 6-7 months ago, and I still get constant emails and phone calls from recruiters and military personnel for my unit to see if I still want to stick with the military or re-up my contract. Listen, that is how crazy retention is and how important it is for a company, because it costs you money to find that employee, to go ahead and hire them, to train them, provide them shirts, provide them pants, provide them everything they need to start. And the last thing you want is for them to get up and leave. Moving on to number 3. Ooh, it's getting exciting. Content. I'm doing content right now. Yes. Sometimes I find myself, a lot of times I find myself slacking when it comes to content creation. Now, content is a huge thing for you as a business, because I know a lot of people say word of mouth is super important, but word of mouth is basically transferred over to the online world, guys. That's where majority of people spend the majority of their time, okay? So we want to make sure that our content is spot on when it comes to our online presence. So everything from photos, videos, and posting, you want to make sure you get dialed in, but get more detailed into it. Video structure, that's something I've always struggled with. I always find that our videos are inconsistent, different on every single video that we make. So I want to make sure 2022 that we dial in the video structure and get it consistent. Another thing I want to get consistent is our posting schedule. I want to make sure, just like a TV show, everything is scheduled and posted on the correct time and date throughout the week, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it is. I want to make sure that we keep things consistent, because viewers like consistency. Viewers like waking up Monday morning expecting a video from their favorite content creator. So keep that in mind. And then also quality of the content. We're always trying to improve our quality. And that doesn't just mean buying a brand new awesome 4K camera. It's also the quality of your filming, the quality of your recording of audio, and the quality of the content in general. You know, the actual script that you're making, you know, all that stuff you want to keep in mind. You got to put a little bit of effort to actually get some quality content. You can't just put a camera in front of you and then call it a day. So content is also going to be a huge New Year's resolution for us, a main priority for 2022. New Year's resolution number 4 is SOP Creation and Implementation. Now, during the year 2021, me and my partner made it a huge priority. Massive, guys. We spent so much time on our SOPs and getting our process and procedures dialed in on paper, putting it in front of our employees. Now it's time to implement them 100% by the book at all times, 24/7, 365. Because at the end of the day, that's what makes the structure of a business, and that's what adds value to your business as well. You know, when another company or another individual or an angel investor or an investor wants to step into business, they look at these types of things, your SOPs, the process and procedures. How good is the cruise control or flow of your company? Can you as a business owner step out and have everything run smoothly? That is where we want to get to. So we have created the SOPs. Now it's just time to make sure they're implemented correctly by the books at all times. And that goes for your service, like the actual service you provide. You know, for us, like, how do we wash the car? How do we polish the car? How do we coat the car? How do we PPF the car? The actual procedure, step-by-step process on how our technicians do that. But also our customer service process. How do we answer the phone call? How do we sell our services over the phone? How do we follow up? And then also the back end process and procedures, guys. How do we plug all of our customer information in? How do we do follow-ups automatically through our CRM platform? You know, things like that are what you have to think about at the end of the day to make sure you implement your SOPs properly. And these are all things that I very much recommend that you spend a lot of time on, because this is what makes or breaks a business. You can't just go about your day doing whatever and showing each employee different ways and different processes on how to do things. Things have to stay consistent so you have a well-running, well-oiled machine as a business. So number 4, SOP creation and implementation. And finally, number 5, preparing for the future. All right, I know that's kind of a general one, but guys, we live in some very uncertain times right now. The economy is going crazy, whether it be the housing market. For us, the car industry and automotive manufacturers are just off the rails when it comes to prices on used cars and getting new cars. Like, we've had customers waiting for their new car order for over 8 months now. So everything is everywhere. And it also goes with the products that we purchase and the inflation of all of our products and services. These are all things that you need to take account for. And at the end of the day, especially when it comes to inflation, you as a business cannot eat the cost, okay? It has to, either you have to improve your process and procedures to make things more efficient, to keep the prices where you got them right now, or the cost has to increase, okay? It's just part of inflation. If your product goes up by 10, 15, 20%, and you eat that cost, you are causing a disadvantage to your customer, to your employees, and to your business at the end of the day. You are basically structuring yourself for failure if you do it that way. You need to make sure that you look at your costs, you look at your prices, and make adjustments where needed. And no, do not gouge, do not overestimate. Just do what needs to be done to make sure that you can run your operation smoothly when it comes to your finances. Now, talking about finances, you also need to think about branching outside of your typical services or products that you sell. For example, we are a service-based company, but it doesn't mean we only sell services. We also got ourselves into product sales as well. So we can create more so of a cruise control automated revenue through selling online or selling in person over here, detailing products to customers, where if shit hits the fan and a luxury-based service like us cannot support itself, we have other means of necessary revenue to make sure to keep us going, right? These are all things we want to keep in mind. And it goes even further than just selling products, selling content services to other businesses, selling trainings to other businesses as well. This is all stuff that we got ourselves into, and we are in kind of the baby newborn phase of a lot of it, but we're going to get it all dialed in this upcoming year as well. Step by step, we'll get there. And then also, lastly, for our fifth New Year's resolution is save and invest, okay? As a business, just like in your personal finances, you want to make sure you're saving a chunk of cash on the side just in case if something comes up. Now, I recommend this from day one. You should not be opening up a shop or jumping into business full time if you don't have at least a year's worth of savings to support you, your family, and then also the business as well. I very much recommend that. It gives you peace of mind. So in case things like a pandemic hit, just like it happened to me, I opened up my shop literally 2 weeks before COVID, where I had to shut down for over a month and a half, 2 months here in Arizona, and then things were still kind of slow after that. You're prepared for that type of thing. And it's kind of out of the ordinary to see that, but obviously it can happen. It happened to a lot of businesses, and a lot of businesses have shut down. But you know what? At the end of the day, that is on them for not preparing themselves for the worst case scenario. And just like then, you have to do it now, especially when we have a period where we're building out of a recession for so long, and it's out of the ordinary, and the inflation is on the rise, and everything is just so crazy right now. You want to make sure you prepare yourself for the worst. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing, what we are doing, but doing even more so in the future for 2022, is making sure we're saving, making right business investments so we can have a little chunk of change, I guess if you want to call it, just in case if anything comes up. So we make sure we can support the business, support ourselves as business owners, but just as importantly, or even more importantly, support our employees, and make sure that they're taken care of financially, and making sure that work is still coming in the door. And you know, preparing for stuff like that doesn't just mean preparing on the financial end. It's also your marketing, your branding. All that stuff accumulates on the long run, the long haul, right? The branding that I structured over the past year is going to take effect in the next 2 to 3 years, okay? You can't just quit now because you put all the work then. It catches up to you, okay? It really, really does. All right, guys, that is our top 5 business New Year's resolutions. What do you guys think? Do you have any resolutions of your own for your business, or maybe even your personal life that affects how your business is going to operate over the next year? Now, we are really looking forward to 2022. We got a lot of awesome things going on. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe. If you learned something new, hit that like button and go ahead and throw in the comments below. What was your favorite New Year's resolution out of our list today? And if you have a new one, go ahead and throw it in the comments section and help out your fellow business owners and entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, my name is Zaya from 48 Detailing. Have a great day.